Hey guys, what is up? I am so excited to talk to you about this new show, Big Little Lies. I love it so very much, and I'm glad that a lot of you guys like it too. If you're in the room, say hello, because I don't know how many of you guys are watching this show, but I see that Firkin is here. Thanks for being here. And I also heard from a few of you on Twitter that you were coming over, so if you were here, say hello. There's Deja. Thank you for being here, Deja. You know what really sucks about this show is that it's so good, but it's only 7 episodes and it's over. It's a mini series. You probably knew that, but I didn't know how many episodes it was, and I googled it and I was like, "You're kidding me!" Because we've already seen 3, so we just have a few left, and I feel very very sad about that because I want this show in my life like for a while, and it's not going to be because they will definitely wrap up this mystery at the end of the 7 episodes. But hi, Makara, and hi, Vanessa. Thank you guys so much for being here. I feel like we have so much to talk about because, well, we've never talked about this before. And there's just a lot to discuss. There's a lot going on with the show. I think it's really good, and it's really different from anything else that I watch, and I like that. It's definitely, of course, very adult, which is to be expected. It has a lot of big stars in it, but I love it. So Firkin's asking who's my favorite character so far. I love Madeline, Reese's character. I mean, obviously she has some issues too, but I really like her. I'm a big Reese Witherspoon fan, so I thought I would probably like her. Callie and Ryan, hi guys, thank you guys for being here. I also really like Celeste. I feel really bad for her. I love Alexander Skarsgård. Hi Ralph. I love him, but my gosh, he's so terrible on this show. Oh my God, that whole relationship needs to be discussed. But man, I mean, I don't know. I kind of get nervous whenever they're on screen together because I never know what is going to go down with those two because he scares me to death. Like I keep wondering, is he going to kill her or what? And she needs to get out of that relationship. It's so toxic. You know, she's a battered wife. She's in love with him, I guess, and she's afraid, I think, to leave. I don't know. They have 2 little kids. It's awful. It's such a bad situation. It makes me so nervous. He made me so nervous last night. And then she has bruises. I mean, yeah, I know he grabbed her like by the neck, but her arm was all bruised and everything. Like, I just get so nervous with him. Hi, Mama Kay. Hi, S. Hayden. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay. And I like Jane too, because, I like Shalane. I've seen a lot of her stuff. I actually never watched the show where she got famous for being like a pregnant teen. I never watched that, but, I like her a lot. But I think she has some secrets even more than has been told so far. Yeah, definitely Legally Blonde. Love the Legally Blonde movies, especially the first one. But I love Reese. Have loved her for a long, long, long time. Like, trying to think what she was. Oh gosh, Fear. Have you guys seen Fear? That movie was amazing a long time ago. And then the movie she was in with Ryan Philippe was so good. Anyway, yes. And Ryan really likes Bonnie. Makara says their relationship is so toxic. It is. I mean, I literally can't with him. Perry, he's crazy. Fergus says their therapy session was so weird. He was like, yeah, I love her and I don't want to lose her. That's why I hurt her and stuff. And I was like, what? Well, here's what I'm thinking. Like, doesn't the therapist need to report that to the police? Because they both admitted that he has been engaging in abuse, physical abuse. And I know there is a confidentiality agreement, but like he just admitted to a crime. So I kept wondering like if she was going to be like, hey, I'm sorry, I've got to call the police or something. But it looks like in the promo that at least Celeste is meeting with her next week. So it's like, woman, I mean, like literally he may kill her. I mean, I don't know if it's going to go that way. I'm not saying she's the victim, but because I think that's too obvious. But like in a real life situation, like I think this woman needs to step in. So let's see. Vanessa says you watched some of the show that Shailene Woodley was in, never finished it. And I can't remember the name of that show, but that's basically how she got really famous. S. Hayden says made you squeamish when she tried to cover up and protect him at first, but she still is not going to leave, guys. I mean, like he gave her that necklace and she was like, oh, thank you. And she was dancing with him. And she's brainwashed and scared and she's just in a bad situation. And I do feel bad for her. I don't know what she's going to do. It's really bothering me. Deja wants to know if anybody else thinks Abby was lying when she said the reason that she wanted to live with her dad was because she felt like is it Madeline or Madeline? I can't remember how they say it, was pressuring her to be perfect. Yeah, I definitely felt like she was lying. I mean, they keep kind of touching on is she possibly pregnant, you know? And then she's like, I think she might have said she was a virgin. I don't know. I don't know if that's what's going on, but I thought it was going to be some kind of big reveal that she was going to say like why she wanted to move out, and like her reasoning was really weird. That whole situation is weird. So I didn't really buy that either. And Callie says because her husband has a wrong mind, he thinks that a faithful wife is a submissive one, like a slave, which is totally wrong and toxic. Yeah, he obviously has so many issues. Like he gets mad at the dumbest, most insignificant things, and it's scary. Deja says, I honestly don't think there's something more, and might have an idea of what. I'm getting confused by that. Oh, you mean with Abby. What do you think? What do you think's going on? Okay, so here's the big question we need to talk about. Firkin is saying, who do I think the man Jane slept with was? You're certain it's someone we know. Don't think it's Nicole's husband. That would be too easy. I think it may be Reese's husband. I personally think that it is, now I've forgotten his name because I looked at, because he's not a big character yet, Renata's husband. Okay, now it could be Reese's husband because that would be like a dark horse. The reason I'm saying, but this is the other part I need to mention before we continue talking about that. So Jane says that he gave her a name, which was like a made up name from, what did she say, the Mary Poppins movie? If you watch the promo, she is looking at like through something, I can't remember what it was, but she finds like a photo of this guy and she's like, I think this is the guy who raped me or who is Ziggy's dad, which is a picture of a guy who we haven't seen on the show. So now I'm not sure if that's true, if she kind of thinks it's him, if she doesn't think it's him but wants people to believe that this is who he is. I started thinking that it was Renata's husband because he appears to be a sex addict from what we learned in this episode. And remember when I can't remember her name now, Zoe Kravitz's character, when she was dancing and stuff, like he was really like creepily watching her and seemed really into her. And I know, I guess some of the other guys were too, but I definitely got the thoughts, the vibes that last night that like whoever raped her is in this show, because that would just be, of course, I mean, that would just be perfect. But here's some other thing. I think there's more to that story because she moved. Well, I don't know where she was raped. Was she raped in Monterey? Because she moved from another part of California to come live in Monterey, and she's kind of been like secretive about why she did that. I'm kind of almost wondering, like, did she move to Monterey to be closer to this guy? Like, had she hooked up with him in Monterey, like on a vacation, or she was in town or something, and then she wants to actually have him in her life? I don't know. Something's not right about that whole situation. Vanessa thinks that the man looked tall, like Celeste's husband. I mean, the problem I have with it being Celeste's husband is he's obviously an aggressive, abusive person, and to me, that's kind of easy. But then again, they haven't told us it's someone that we know. But I feel like, you know, he's so obvious to me if it has to be someone we know, because he fits that kind of persona. We don't know if he's a rapist, so I'm not going to say that, you know, but he's definitely sexually aggressive and abusive and everything. And as Hayden's making the point that he has always gone for business, so perhaps he was in this other part of California when they had their hookup. But, you know, it looks like when she's running on the beach and everything, and I know a lot of California looks similar, but it definitely looks like they're actually still in Monterey when she was raped, because she immediately runs out on the beach, and a lot of these people have homes overlooking the beach. It seriously looks like the same scene. We need to talk about Ziggy as well. Vanessa says that Ziggy has issues too, like sleepwalking and temper tantrums. Do you guys think that he really actually tried to choke Amabella? Or do you think he's just kind of being framed, or what? Because in the promo, they are also saying that something else is going on with him and Amabella, like he's bullying her again. There's an accusation out there she's making again. Now, I don't know, really, I mean, these are all children. So I don't know if she is thinking these things, if someone is telling her that he's doing this stuff. Is he really doing this stuff? He seems to have some anger issues himself. I don't know. I think it would be an interesting parallel if he ends up being the son of her dad, because they would, then they're connected even more, because, you know, he's trying to attack her, kind of like maybe his dad attacked his mom. Does that make sense? Ryan does not like Amabella. I mean, I don't, you know, she hasn't talked a lot, and she's just a little kid, and he's a little kid. So it's hard to say, like, do people have bad intentions at that age? I don't know. I kind of am agreeing here with Firkin that freaking thinks he did strangle the girl, and I kind of think he did. And I know that's awful, but these aren't real life kids. It's a show, but I hate to accuse children of something terrible like that, but I feel kind of like he did. I don't know. I just kind of feel like he did. Firkin thinks there's something up with Madeline's husband. I do think it's Madeline. He is too normal. I mean, yeah, I mean, he has signs of anger too, because he was kind of threatening her ex, which was kind of weird. Okay, Mama Kay says you thought it was weird how Reese's husband was looking at Abby while she was taking pictures. Yeah, yeah. I got those same vibes too. And I was like, wow, because I saw the rape warning at the beginning of this episode, and I think this was before the rape had happened, the scene happened with Jane. But I was almost like, wait, are they gonna go there? Are they gonna make this guy a creeper? Like, now that I think we're kind of connecting a lot of things here. And if that is the case, if Reese's husband is into, I'm sorry, my nose always, I just want to do this. If Reese's husband is making sexual advances at Abby, perhaps he is the person who raped Jane, right? To me, it looked like someone with dark hair, but I also think it's a situation where they want to make that person look really mysterious and make it hard to figure out what hair color they have and everything like that. But I think we could be connecting some dots here. Which would explain why she wanted out of the house, but she was too afraid. Just maybe he threatened to kill her or something. I don't know. Remember, Jane said, I thought he was going to kill me. I also think it's weird, and maybe it's just because she's a victim of a terrible, terrible abuse, crime, terrible situation, that Jane feels like that man's going to come back in and break into her home, and she feels like she needs a gun for protection, So does he live nearby? Does he live in that town? Does she know he lives in that town? There's just a lot of things here, especially with just 4 episodes left, that we will find out quickly. Deja thinks there's something sexually going on between Abby and Ed, and that's why she wanted to leave. It might explain why she wanted the birth control and her grades are slipping. Yes, I think we figured this out here. Absolutely. I think either they are having sex or they were going to have sex, and maybe she kind of said she wanted to quit or something. I mean, definitely with having birth control, why do you have that if you're not going to use it, don't need it? I mean, I do know there are some cases where you need it for other reasons, being a woman, but most of the time, they've called that out, right? So they've made it obvious. So it means something. Why would they bring it up? Who cares if she has birth control pills? Why did they make a big deal about it, But 2 things we need to talk about are, and I'm not really sure what the answer is for this, but who do you think gets killed and who do you think is the killer? That's a hard question, but I don't think it's going to be super obvious. I don't see our killer being someone like Perry, who we see every episode as a aggressive, crazy person who is beating a woman, And I also don't think that our killer has to be a man. Firkin says hoping that Nicole, aka Celeste, will leave her husband, though. He will not change. He's never going to change. He's an abuser. I really honestly think she thinks that he will kill her if she leaves, or take her children away or something. It's a situation that a lot of women are in real life. So I feel really bad for her. I hope she could go to this therapist by herself or to someone else, because if the therapist is not calling the police, then she's not doing her job, because I just don't see how, when you are being told that someone is committing a crime, you can't just sit there. I mean, if they came there and said they killed somebody and that's why they're having marital issues, is she just going to be like, oh gosh, that's terrible, but then not tell them? I feel like she has a responsibility to tell the police about this. Vanessa says, did they say the victim was male or female? I don't remember them saying if the victim was male or female. Do you guys? Deja feels like maybe Abby will tell her dad eventually, and either Madeline or Nathan will kill Ed. So, hey, that's good. That's really good. I like that. Yeah. And thank you. Nathan is the ex of Madeline, and Bonnie is Zoe's character, correct? Firkin thinks one of the mothers is the killer. So I feel like when they show us the interviews with the neighbors and the other moms that aren't the central characters, that they want you to believe it's one of the moms. Now, it still could be one of the moms, but I feel like they're always bad-mouthing all of the moms in a way to make us think that our killer is one of the moms, but we'll see. Remember, the person who was killed was brutally killed. So it was somebody that was killed out of anger. So if Ed was raping Abby or having consensual sex, either way, it's disgusting. maybe there was a good reason there to want to brutally kill him because you would have that motive. Ryan is thinking the victim was female. I don't know. Can anyone say for sure about that? I don't remember. I don't think they said a gender personally, but maybe they did. Firkin says, did I know it is based on a book? Yes, I did. And apparently it was a very, very popular book. And I look around a little bit on the internet about the shows that I watch, but I'm very careful when it's based on a book because, guys, be really careful because the spoilers are going to be out there. Whether or not they completely go by the book, I don't know, but there's a great possibility, especially with this only being 7 episodes. But I just saw a few things where people were saying that the book was incredible, so they're really excited for this series. Makara says, I sometimes think it's Madeline because a lot of the people talk about her in the past tense of the police, but maybe I'm supposed to feel that way. That's a great point. Are they editing it to make us believe it's her, or is that something that is a clue that you caught? I don't know. So Callie is asking if I think it's a good nickname for Reese. I'm not sure what you're saying there. I'm sorry, I just don't understand it. Okay, so Deja says, or maybe Celeste finds out that Perry raped Jane and she kills him because of it. Now that's interesting too, because she has been very much a victim herself, and she doesn't stand up to him really. So maybe that would be a way for her to get her revenge, not only for if he raped Jane, but what he had done to her for years. Vanessa hopes other books will get a TV series like this one. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, like, I'm just really torn with this. I hate that it's only 7 episodes. That's just so short, but at least we're getting that, I think with it being a miniseries, it allows a lot of the big stars to be in it because they don't have to devote like a few years of their life to this. It's just, a few episodes. So it ups the game for who we can get in this kind of show because it's only a 7 episode thing and then it's done. Firkin's asking if I can do a reaction video for the last episode. Yes, I kind of planned on it. I'm just kind of playing this one by ear because I didn't know at first if I was going to like it or whatever. So I decided to watch it on my own time, not do anything on my channel. Then after watching it, liking it, I was like, I want to talk to you guys about it. So it's really good. So yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe even maybe doing that and doing a sit-down recap of everything once it's over. I think I could definitely do that. And I would definitely want to let you know, we'll be doing these chats every week until it's over, which sadly 4 more weeks, but we'll keep doing these for every episode. Do I think Bonnie could be a killer? Asked Deja. In most of the shows, we watch all these types of shows. It's the most low-key people who we need to be looking at. She seems really awesome, really cool, really awesome. I don't know who she might be killing. Couple of choices here. Is she super jealous of Madeline for some reason? I mean, maybe she thinks her man still loves his ex, or they got something going on. Have you noticed there's been some like quick flashbacks of people like hooking up, and I think it's Madeline who has like these memories of her hooking up with like another dude. And I'm trying to figure out, I think they're trying to insinuate that she's had sex with somebody else, had an affair with somebody else on the show. So I don't know, maybe she's still hooking up with her ex. I have no idea. She seemed to be pretty about him still. So we could have the case where Bonnie's jealous about that, finds out about that, or we could have the case of Abby saying Ed has been raping her or having sex with her. Either way, it's bad, and she wants to protect her. I don't know. That's kind of more of a stretch. S. Hayden says, what do we think about the birthday party versus the Disney trip? So petty. Definitely. I mean, personally, if I were a kid, I would have gone to that birthday party because they got an awesome frozen gift bag. So, but I mean, I probably definitely would have gone to Disney on Ice too. But like Disney on Ice is around every year, right? So I don't know. I mean, I think that's pretty lame. It's pretty bad. But, here's the situation. If I were the parents of Amabella, I wouldn't want to invite Ziggy either. I mean, come on, my kid's not going to feel comfortable with him being there, whether he did it or not. So I see where Renata was coming from. Like, obviously she's not a very likable person, but I see where she was coming from. And, but it was bad of Madeline to plan something on the same day. It was really bad. And the sad thing was Chloe and a bunch of the other kids actually wanted to go to Amabella's birthday. Vanessa says, you don't think Jane is the killer after last night's episode seemed too obvious. She just had that gun for self-defense. I don't think she is either. I don't, but I definitely think there's more to her story. Definitely think so. We'll have to see how this plays out next week because she's claiming that she knows who raped her. So if they introduce a new person, which I don't think they will, like they showed a picture in the promo and it was a guy who we haven't seen. So if they bring him in and say, yeah, this is him, or we get it confirmed, then things kind of change, but I don't know. Okay. Deja says, side note, does anyone love Chloe as much as you do? The kid is hilarious and the best comic relief. I love her. She's like so sassy for a little girl. I really like her. She just kind of runs the show. I think she's probably like a mini version of her mom, but I think she's really awesome. And she is Ed's kid, right? Is that correct? Or is she the other guy's kid? Nathan's kid. Yeah, make sure you watch that promo. I watch it on HBO Go. So at the very, very end, that promo shows up if you have access to that. But it's probably maybe on YouTube, I feel like. Firkin wants to know, what do I think about the town and their houses? It's beautiful and the houses are so big and amazing. I really think Monterey, which is a real place, is actually really like that as far as people being super rich and having beautiful houses on the beach. I think that's true, which is like, you know, hey, I would love that kind of life. Like their houses are magnificent. Everything's amazing. But I think it just kind of goes to show you that you can have a ton of money and a beautiful house and all of this other stuff, but then you can have a lot, you still have everybody else's problems and drama and whatever. So life doesn't have to be, you know, life isn't always magical with a lot of money. Okay, Ed's kid. Yeah, thank you. So, okay, that's a good point that Makara is making, that we haven't seen Jane interact with anybody's husband. I don't think so, because I think definitely when she was at school for like the pickup, I don't remember any of the guys being there. She was at the Little League game. I don't know if any guys were at the Little League game, but if they were, or any husbands, if they were, they weren't focused on. But I think this show is really good. And I just feel like with it being on HBO, we know that it's going to be very good. Like, I think the reveals are going to be huge. I think the payoffs are going to be huge. And I love the fact that we don't know who this victim is. I think that's just so brilliant. So we have a 2-part reveal and probably other reveals, but 2 big reveals, killer and victim. And I love it. I really enjoy how it's told with the, you know, the present day to the, in the past. I really enjoy that. Firkin's sure it's one of the husbands. So I don't know. It definitely might be. Vanessa likes that the show is actually shot in Monterey. So yeah, a lot of it's in Monterey. I was reading a little bit about this before it started, and some of it's shot in LA, which is understandable, but I've never been to Monterey, but it looks so beautiful, guys. I mean, it looks absolutely like paradise. It just looks amazing. But yeah, I don't know what else do we need to discuss before we wrap this up here, because we got extra time to do that. But I just think it's really good. Is there anything else that you guys want to theorize about, or something we haven't mentioned that we need to that's happened in the past 3 episodes? Monterey is in Northern California. Firkin, I'm sure you know about California, which is the west coast of the United States, but not close to Los Angeles. It's pretty far. I don't know how far driving, but maybe, I mean, it's like a pretty far, it's, you know, maybe a 2 or 3 hour flight from LA. So it's pretty far driving. Yeah. So Vanessa, what part of California do you live in? I know you live in like Southern California, right? But do you live in LA or one of the suburbs? Malibu definitely looks like that. I definitely got that same feel with Monterey. Malibu is beautiful, but yeah, so beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful part of Southern California, in my opinion. You live south of Monterey. Deja says, another random theory, maybe Nathan is Ziggy's father, and when Madeline finds out, either her or Jane kills him. Nathan is Ziggy. Oh, right. Okay. That's interesting. That's another low-key character. Maybe. I don't know. You live in Southern California. Okay. S. Hayden says, I thought it was interesting when Zoe Kravitz was dancing at the B-Day party all seductively. The moms were not happy. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like, oh, you live in Pasadena. I was just in Pasadena. January. I liked it there a lot. I spent a lot of time there. I spent like 4 or 5 days there. California is like my favorite place on earth, honestly. Like, I will live there one day. I promise you guys. I love it so much. Yeah, Firkin knows about California, but yes, you would love to live in Monterey. Yeah, it's beautiful. But I know, like, what I've been told about Monterey is that it's a lot colder than Southern California. So personally, I would want to live like where Vanessa lives in the southern area of the state, because to me, it's amazing. I know there's always downsides. Every time I say that to someone who lives in Southern California, they like tell me, well, there's this and this and this. I know there's traffic and it's expensive and everything, but every place has, you know, I don't have the beach where I live, and I don't have a lot of stuff that California has. So I'm cool with it. Callie says, do I think that Reese's husband could have a deeper reason than just madness to be that toxic? Are you talking about Ed, like possibly having sex with Abby? I don't know. I mean, right now they have portrayed him as a really nice guy, and I don't have any the only thing is he seemed to have some anger issues with her ex, but so far he hasn't been portrayed as a crazy person, so we'll have to see. If he's having sex with Abby, then yeah, the dude's got some issues, and I don't really know where that comes from. Makara says the kids might turn in their family trees next time, which would bring Ziggy's, which could spread and be the reason that Jane finds out the one of her husband is the one that raped her. Yeah, I don't know how I mean, that's hard on him, and I totally understand that, because he's not going to have a dad's name to put on there, so I don't know how they're going to. I could see him getting upset about that, and maybe if Amabella says something, maybe he says something rude, and that's what causes the next like wave of, she says he's bullying her again. You love cold weather and rain, Firkin? Oh man, no, thank you. No. Yeah, Vanessa, the earthquakes. I've been to California a lot, and I've never experienced an earthquake there, which is weird, which is awesome, I guess. But if they're not too bad, it's okay, I guess. Yeah, the sex scene between Renata and her husband was hilarious, and honestly, I felt like it was really fake, and obviously they're always fake, but it just seemed faker to me than most shows. I don't know, because like if you see like the sex scenes with Celeste and Perry, they seem pretty real, but hers was weird. But they were so loud, it was ridiculous, and the people in the office were like, what the heck? And she said she was going to be loud, but you know. Okay, well, I watch Feud. I've had a lot of people ask me about it. Gosh, it does not look good to me. I'm so hesitant to watch it, and I know like a lot of guys and girls tweeted me today like saying it was really good, you know, and I do really like Jessica Lange. I just feel like it does not look good to me. I totally need to try it, though. I totally just need to make myself watch and see what I think. Just the subject matter doesn't look good to me, but, you know, I don't know. You don't like the summer. It's always too hot, and you live in Germany. You just love fall and winter and snow and rain. Well, I don't know. It gets really hot in Germany? I've never been to Germany. You should move to Seattle or somewhere. I don't know where you should move. Yeah, Susan Sarandon. I like Susan Sarandon, too. What do I think about the fight scenes between Nicole and her husband, Celeste and Perry? I can't take it. It's too much. It makes me feel sick. Like, it's just crazy. I keep feeling like something really, really bad's going to happen. Like he's going to stab her or choke her to death or something. It's way too much. I don't know. I really fear for her safety. Like, yeah, it rains a lot, but Ferguson says he likes the rain. So I don't know. I've never been to Seattle, but I just know it rains a ton. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. That situation is I don't know what's going to happen with that situation. It's just really bad. Something's going to happen with that before the show ends, but it freaks me out. I can't with that. It's like way too much. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here today. Yeah, I love Alexander Skarsgård, and it's killing me that he is like this complete terrible person. I love him. I still love him, but because I love True Blood. But thank you guys so much for being here for this chat. And remember, we're going to do this every week, and I definitely want to do some more stuff when we get closer to that finale. So we can definitely do that. Not a theory video, really. I could maybe do a theory video, but a reaction video and like a final thoughts video. Makara says, what if one of Celeste's kids caught them fighting? That would be crazy. Yeah, I feel so bad for those boys because they definitely seem to be in the dark about what's going on, which is good. But I'm just wondering if it seems like a lot of the stuff they do is super loud. And I know they have a mansion, but I keep wondering, like, why haven't the boys woken up or something? Like, I don't know. I feel bad for them. What Maisie Knew? Is that a movie or a TV show? You probably told me about it, honestly, didn't you? You probably told me to watch. Firkin says it's rather cold and rainy in Germany, but sometimes it gets really hot. Okay. True Blood is so good. Oh, personally, I love True Blood. Now, the finale, the series finale, no, it wasn't that great, but the series is really good. It's a lot of seasons, but I loved it so much. Oh my gosh, the characters in that show are just they're just everything. I love some of those characters. I miss True Blood a lot. I loved it. Ah, this is bad. This is bad. Memories. I could do a prediction video theory. Yeah, so I could definitely do a theory video the week, a few days before this finale, and definitely do a reaction for the finale, and then like a final thoughts video. What Maisie knew was a movie. Okay, cool. Add it to hopefully I can get that on Netflix, right? If I can, then we can make that happen. But thank you guys so much for being here. It literally had so much fun. Feel free to comment on this video later with more thoughts and theories. And for some reason, YouTube is having an issue with the spam box, at least on my channel. I've always had messages go to spam. I try to check once a week, and I'm able to move them over and reply. But lately, they're locked in there. I can't move them. I can't reply. And some of the people who are in there are people who comment all the time, and I don't know why you guys are over there. I don't think it's any of you guys. But I just want to give a heads up to anyone else who may be watching this later on. If you're wondering, and some of the comments are great, like theory comments and responses to the How to Get Away with Murder finale. So if you're wondering, like, why did she not comment or reply to my comment? I literally cannot. So hopefully they'll resolve that. They're just sitting in there. So if they get it resolved, I can approve them and move them over and comment. But when they're in there the way they are, it won't even let me respond or do anything with them. Oh, Julianne Moore. I like her. Yeah. S. Hayden watched True Blood in 2 summers. Yeah. Or 2 summers ago. Yeah. I liked it. I think it's good. The finale was not good. Just throwing that out there. Dexter is another good one, but the finale is really bad. But if you haven't watched Dexter, you should. But I hope you guys have a great week. I will have my reaction video up for This Is Us tomorrow. And I know a lot of you guys watch that, and it's so good. But thank you again for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.